Cheryl Cole, who recently visited Afghanistan to mark the British Armed Forces' 10th year of operations. Time now to hear a little more about what she discovered when she met the people who put their lives on the line every day.
Over 100,000 British troops have been deployed to Afghanistan in the last decade. For many of them, Camp Bastion is their home. And it was a huge privilege for me to come and learn about the many jobs they do helping to make this country safe.
My girlfriend went mad if I won't get this.
Well, stay safe as you can.
Out here, danger is ever present. But as I discovered, it's the improvised explosive devices that remain the biggest threat. Thankfully, the newly formed Military Working Dog Squadron are doing an unbelievable job, and these amazing dogs have already made over 50 major IED and weapon finds on this tour alone.
What you got? Clever boy! I've learned so much from such a little experience and what they actually do.
Pushing deep into enemy territory, the Brigade Reconnaissance Force is in constant demand. After learning to drive one of their off-road Jackal vehicles, I discovered why the shifting desert sands are no match for this crack unit.
Hold on tight!
But there are places even the Jackals can't reach, and in this harsh Afghan environment, mobility is key. I was lucky enough to spend time with the Joint Helicopter Force. From medical evacuations and troop movement to resupply and ground attack, they do it all. Unbelievably, they fly up to 150 missions a day, every day, 7 days a week. It's incredible to see the dedication and commitment of these brave men and women. But when 1 Rifles and 4-2 Commando Royal Marines took me on an exercise, they certainly put me through my paces.
It's loaded ammo ready, all the rounds are blank, so totally safe.
You just can't even imagine, let alone express what it is that they go through with their kids.
Come down there, Cheryl, over here.
You need to up your game.
Suddenly, it all felt far too real.
You stop the bleed, so that'll hold the bleed for a bit. Need you to put this on.
Right. Oh my. I can't believe it. I'm shocked. That's been the biggest wake-up call of my life.
And more from our Cheryl later, when she'll present the British Armed Forces with their Pride of Britain Award. We now come to our Lifetime Achievement Award, and here to introduce it, the Prime Minister, David Cameron.
Good evening, everyone. All of tonight's Pride of Britain winners are extraordinary people who represent the very best of our country. They all deserve the praise and recognition we can give them. And that's certainly the case with the winner of this year's Lifetime Achievement Award.
It was 1974, 2:10 on the 21st of February. It's etched in my mind that life really changed.
Bob Woodward was on a family break when his 7-year-old son, Robert, fell ill.
I remember we were away on holiday at the time in Spain, and Robert was having a lot of pain.
We were running on the beach and playing football. He couldn't keep up, and suddenly, you know, his energy level was flagging.
Sadly, Robert had cancer, a stage 4 neuroblastoma. After a 3-year battle, he passed away. But amid all the heartbreak and despair, Bob had found inspiration from the sick children on the wards.
All the children I've met, it's almost as if something had been taken away from them because they've got this ghastly disease, but at the same time as it's taken away, something so extra special, almost angelic, is given to them to cope.
Bob was determined to do more for those children and their families. So in 1976, he set up Children and Leukaemia in Childhood, which later became CLIC Sargent. Top of Bob's list was the lack of accommodation for parents to stay near their children during their treatment.
My eldest son, George, when he was a tiny baby, was ill with leukaemia. In many ways, we were fortunate that we lived close to the hospital at Great Ormond Street, but I quickly became aware of the fact that that was not the case for a lot of families.
Bob's solution was to offer up his own property. He went on to open Homes from Home, as they became known, right across the UK. Over 3 decades, Bob's ceaseless commitment to his cause saw him raise an eye-watering sum of money. To date, Bob is estimated to have raised more than £100 million. Much of it has been poured into cancer research, and things are improving. When he began CLIC, 7 out of 10 children diagnosed with cancer died. Today, 8 out of 10 children survive.
Although Bob would say it was not entirely due to him, he must have had a significant effect with the work which he was able to finance through the funds which came into CLIC.
I can't believe it's the same.
Bob went on to transform CLIC into an international charity, gaining recognition from royalty to world leaders. This is a man who's devoted his talents and boundless dedication to helping others for more than 30 years. And nothing gets in his way. In 2003, he was himself diagnosed with prostate cancer. But despite his illness, Bob Woodward is still fundraising today. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm proud to introduce you to Bob Woodward.
Bob Woodward.
I must say, however wonderful it is to be here tonight and to receive such a wonderful, wonderful accolade, I'm the first to admit and recognise that no one raises funds by themselves. You know, we are dependent on all sorts of people from all walks of life.
We have 2 very keen supporters of CLIC Sargent to present you with your award. I think you know them.
Mm-hmm.
Former world champion boxer Barry McGuigan and acclaimed actress Sue Johnston.
Absolutely fantastic.
Bob, what you have done and what you're still doing for all of us is phenomenal.
Well, I'd just like to say I had a child, Danica, who was diagnosed at 11. You probably know Bob. And she made it through, as did Gary's son, George. But yours didn't make it through. And many people are diminished by that and destroyed by it and want to walk away. But you had enormous courage. And you are a king among kings, and you're an extraordinary individual, and we all love you. Thanks for
Congratulations to this wonderful man, our lifetime